Alright, so now I have mounted my trusty digital tuner. This is the Korg pitch clip. There are quite a few tuners out there. I like this one because it actually tunes by vibration, which means that you can tune in a noisy environment and still be able to tune just fine. Other tuners use a speaker, and so you actually have to kind of be in a quiet place for it to work. So what the tuner is going to show you is what note it thinks that you're playing. So let's start from, now my guitar is still in tune with itself, but remember I dropped the E string quite a bit, so I tuned all my other strings down to that lowered E string, which means that probably the entire guitar is a little bit low. So all of my strings are probably going to turn up flat. Now let's test it here. So you can see that the tuner thinks that I am playing D sharp or E flat, and I'm actually about spot on with that D sharp. So I'm exactly 1/2 step or 1 fret lower with all of my strings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back in standard tuning, which means I want to make D sharp the note E. So you need to know where D sharp is in relation to E, and hopefully you're getting good at your musical alphabet and you know that D sharp is actually the note just below E, and so what I need to do is I need to raise that pitch up a little bit. So I'm going to come to my E string tuner and I'm going to raise it, and what you're going to see is the little red dot. When it's in tune, it flashes green, and then if it's flat or lower, it's gonna read on this side, and if it's sharper, it's going to move toward the right. So right now it thinks I'm playing a D sharp, but I'm a sharp D sharp, a sharp D sharp. So then I'm going to keep going, and now I've gotten into the range of the note E. So now I'm flat for an E, but I'm like super sharp for a D sharp. So I'm going to keep going here. And again, just like relative tuning, you don't want to tune, you don't want to turn the tuner without being able to hear what your pitch is doing. You want to hear that pitch move and then match it. There we go. And it's going to bounce around a little bit, and that's okay. What you want is for it to flash mostly green. So now I am back to the note E, and then I'm going to move down to the next string, which is showing G sharp. So I'm playing a slightly sharp G sharp note, and remember G sharp is just below A, and so I'm going to put it back into standard tuning. Now since I tuned all my strings down, I'm going to tune them all back up about a 1/2 step or 1 fret worth of pitch. So I'm going to start tightening here. There we go. Now I'm into the range of A. And if you want to double check your work, you could actually come back and do the relative test and come back and do 5th fret on the E string. There we go, those 2 strings are back in tune. Alright, so now I've got 2 out of 6 done. Let's do the D string. It's probably going to read C sharp, which it does. So I'm going to tune this one back up. Ta-da! There we go. Do our test. Pretty good. Let's do the next one. G is probably going to read F sharp. By the way, some tuners won't give you the sharp sign, which looks like a pound sign on your telephone. They might just show a dot next to the note. So you might see a red F with a red dot next to it, and that essentially means the same thing. This tuner happens to show the sharp sign, which is nice. So I'm going to go up. Let's do our test. They're really super slightly off, but that's okay for now. Let's do the next one. B. So you can see that one's reading A sharp. I have an in tune A sharp, so we're going to put it into B. There we go. Let's double check. Good. Let's do the last one. There we go. Final test. There we go. Those two sound good. So then your last test is to play any chord that you like. And it should sound like it's in tune. I could fine tune this a little bit more because I'm nitpicky like that, but and that is how you put your guitar in tune with a digital tuner. Alright, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully that gives you a good idea of how to put your guitar in tune, whether you have a tuner or not. You can also get tuner apps nowadays on your smartphone, which are very handy because we keep our phones on us all the time. In the next video, we are going to talk about major scales and how to construct a major scale, what it is and why it's useful, as well as intervals on guitar and kind of how to listen for change in pitch, and which is kind of the introduction to playing by ear, and that's a super useful skill. So be sure to check out those videos. Thanks for watching.